So I want to take this moment and give a briefer on inclusion and diversity and why it impacts organizations successfully and how to think about it. Because in my opinion, when you're starting a new career and you're doing sort of trainings on inclusion and diversity, sometimes it can seem to you that it's just a cliche organizational word that's used. And you don't actually think, hey, I could be more inclusive or I can be more diverse, because you don't actually know how it impacts organizations positively in general. And so that's the purpose of this video, to talk about this. And I'm going to spend about 10 minutes going through a really good way to think about it. So first, diversity. One of the best ways to think about diversity is consider your birthday parties over the span of your life. If you invite the same people over and over and over again, you often get the same birthday party. Diversity is all about who you invite. And who you invite, if they're not different, but it's the same people, you often get losses as an organization or even as a party. You get losses of new ideas, both party-wise, things to do, but organizational-wise, maybe someone has a background that you don't have, and they're bringing new ideas to the table to help grow and improve a particular program or concept. But often you also get, I think we're on number 2, experience in dealing with new people. So if you invite your friends over to every single party you ever throw, you're going to be really used to dealing with people who are like your friends. In an organization, if you constantly invite people to work with you that are the same as everybody else, you're going to be really used to dealing with people who are like you. But if you invite people from all spans of life, maybe they're starting a career, maybe they're more introverted than you, maybe they're more extroverted than you, you'll learn very quickly how you can pull the best out of that person so that you can get the most ideal work done. And that's something that is really critical to facilitate leadership development in organizations. And leadership development, being a better leader, helps organizations thrive more. So we got new ideas and we got leadership development. These both function to facilitate change. Organizations and departments and groups who don't evolve over time, one of the common sayings in this business is that those groups die. They don't succeed. In this fast-paced world, in this world that is constantly changing, if you don't grow, if you don't evolve, if you don't sprout into a beautiful flower or something like that, you don't succeed as well as organizations who are able to accomplish that. If you're not sensitive to this change because you don't have diversity, you don't succeed. And so that's where leadership and new ideas come in. If you have leaders prepared to get the most out of a diverse set of people, then you have those diverse set of people able to function well together and offer their diverse backgrounds to the success of the organization. And with those diverse backgrounds, you now have an organization that is able to adapt, grow, evolve, and change and be better than it was the day before. And finally, what diversity brings for the success of organizations is it brings people who are distinctly better at certain tasks than other people are. You want people who are strong extroverts so that you have people who can interface with the general public very well and very successfully. But you also want people who are strong introverts so that you have people who can, sit in front of a computer and do data analysis very effectively and like it. Or sit in front of a computer and, do some other sort of more introverted strength task. You want people who are more innovative so that you constantly have those new ideas coming in. But you also want people who are more structured so that evolution is not jump and make a mistake and come back, but that you're building off successfully off of what you already have. And diversity brings this. The idea behind it is that if you systematically exclude those people different from you, and they're not able to bring their strengths, then if you don't have a diverse team, you're not able to access all those strengths anymore. You're only able to access the strengths of the normal people that you would call your friends in this birthday party. And so that's basically diversity. It allows you to have a really diverse team with a lot of different strengths available. It allows you to have new ideas and be responsive to change. And it allows you to have really solid leadership because you have leaders who are capable of dealing with a wide set of different people. Now let's go to inclusion and sort of wrap up with inclusion. Inclusion, the idea is different from the birthday party because the idea is you really want that diverse set of people that you gathered to actually feel comfortable and safe in giving their ideas, their understanding, their content, their beliefs to the success of your organization. Because if those people are comfortable and safe, then they're also positively contributing. But if they're not comfortable and safe, if they're feeling threatened, they're likely to sort of shy away and do either one or two things. Be very quiet or very aggressive and actually hamper what you do in your business. And so inclusion is really about that, but also about fine-tuning that balance between being a sort of more negative and aggressive manager because you know things have to get done and you just can't sort of let people do whatever they want. Because there is that balance there. It's great to be safe and all, but if safety means that work doesn't get done and that productivity is not coming and that new ideas are not coming, then safety doesn't matter. It's the same in teaching in a way, in that you have to make this fine balance between your students liking you and the boundaries so that they don't misbehave and you can actually get work done. It's the same with inclusion. And so what matters in this is, like diversity, you don't want to be systematically excluding people because like of a bias you have that you don't know about. It's the same with inclusion. You don't want to be systematically discounting people versus excluding, discounting. Kind of, you can see the difference. But if you're systematically discounting people and not taking their ideas, if you're systematically sort of having problem spot with people who don't want to share their ideas because of how the leadership is going or because of how the group is functioning, then you're losing out. You're losing out on what those people can provide and what their strengths are. So I hope this helped sort of clarify a little bit about inclusion and diversity and how it actually impacts organizations. Definitely what I would encourage you all to do as sort of a practice is try to find someone that is completely different than who you are. They could be a different cultural background. They can be a different gender identity. They can be a sort of different person personality-wise. And just bring this video to them, maybe watch it together. And I would encourage you to sort of discuss how you see these differences interplay in the workplace and how you see effective inclusion practices happen, maybe not effective inclusion practices happen, but also what gets in the way of diversity as well, and what gets in the way of us fighting back against these biases that systematically exclude people or systematically discount people. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.